Alright, another dominant showing by the Spurs. And it was from top to bottom because everybody contributed. But who set the tone? This dude right here. And off rip, first possession. Can see he's looking for an inverted ball screen. Really a ghost. I can see the hip tap. So it's all fluff. Lou's going to follow him as he should, but as soon as Fox vacates, Wemby's already looking to attack Zay on that clear side. Big bump off, get to your spot. Soft touch high off glass for a quick two. Quick little cope shim, slight jab. And Zay's actually sliding with him. He's on his low side here. But then Wemby does the right thing, boom. Big push off. Uses momentum against him. And Chet's actually late here. And I can see Zay steps on his foot. So now Zay can't recover. But I'm not sure why Chet's so late here. Because he should be flooding the floor. He can obviously see this transpire. So he should know Wemby's looking to attack Zay on that clear side. Get there early. Why is he looking to react? Because the Thunder should be defending him the same way the Spurs defend Shea whenever he's looking to drive base. Whether that's on a mid-post touch, a wing ISO, whatever. Wemby's always there early because then he can deter Shea, and if Shea does try to drive, guess what? They just tilt it. He's trapped. All he can do is make a throwback to one of his teammates because it'd be very difficult to make a skip to that weak side, especially over Wemby's high hands. But for some reason, Chet's only one step, or really two steps, inside of that lane line. And look at Wemby, he's already making his move. So by the time you get there, you can't even help, you're too low. And all he ends up doing by being late and low is impeding Zay's ability to recover because he steps on his foot and his own. So now Wemby gets a 2-for-1 off that push-off. Now he gets to raise up, clean look, and just measure that shot. Second possession of the game. And I can see pin down for Vassell. I think I said in game 6, get him some more actions. As great as he is on the spot up, that's not the only way they should use him. Get him some easy ones too. And at the same time, you bring Shea into the action. How often is Shea defending a pin? Must not be that often because I don't know why he's trying to stay attached on Vassell's low side instead of getting on his high side and looking to top lock. Because he can clearly see it's a pin down, right? And even right here, he's actually looking to cheat on that step. So if he does, Vassell comes off, quick cutback right there because he's going to cheat. Quick catch, pull in that pocket, or quick catch, rip base, one dribble, two dribbles, get to your spot. That's the right thing though. Don't cheat, stay disciplined, go over. Now you take it away. But what does that mean? Immediate two-man game. Flow right into a ball screen on that clear side. I can see right here. Lou, he already sees what's happening. Pull in, get ready. I'm going to shift low, play two. So now we've got a high tag, low tag. Because Wemby's rolling down middle. He's going to release here, slip. But look at Queso, already there. Take that away. And in case he gets through the cracks, what does that mean? Chet's there to greet him. So there's nothing for Wemby. And now on the rock. Cell comes off. Shea does the right thing. He chases over. Zay's in a drop. Sidestep. Get to his spot. And he gets a quick two. The issue here is Zay. I get it, he's in a drop because obviously he wants to retreat with the roll line. But right here, and I've seen this in game 6, I'm pretty sure he should just help Shea here. Instead of continuing to back up, backpedal, and stay in that drop, contain the rock because he should know that the backside has this role covered. So all he has to be concerned about is helping Shea because Vassell's very good at hostaging and keeping his trailing defender on his hip once he turns a corner. So right here, trap him. Because now he can't get to a spot. You put two, the roll's taken away. Lou's ready to play on that weak side. It's a very difficult skip to that weak side. So the only line Vassell would have is right here. Stefan drifting and filling behind. Reverse pivot, throwback. But that's not that dangerous. So even though it's a 3-on-1 for Lou here, you can live with that and then trust your rotations. You peel off, Shet takes, he's trapped, play your rotations. I'm not sure if it's just because he doesn't check, doesn't know, or he just doesn't trust the backside. Because right here, he's actually gesturing with his hand. Come over. But not once does he check to make sure that the help is there. So now by the time Vassell gets to a spot, look where he is. He's in no man's land. Immediate inbound off a make. Just get the rock in. Crowd going crazy, who cares? And now what does that mean? Stefan gets to attack Shea in open space. Thunder can't get set. Everybody's high. Now he's on his heels and backpedaling. But right here, Lou actually sees it. So he has his antennas up because he checks right here. My man's trailing. Alright, cool. And now I can see Stefan looking to make a move. I'm going to pull in. High pickup, bump off, tough finish. Now that's another two. Quick two. Yeah, Shea can't really open up. Trying to slide, but now he's on his side. Strong take by Castle. High pickup. Don't let him strip the rock. But Shea does as much as he can because he forces Stefan to adjust, slow down, and in theory, that should allow Lou to measure this chase down right here. But he can't get to it. He tries to, and he's actually fortunate. It's not called for an and-1. Immediate jam, right at the 47. Not sure why Wemby's bringing the rock up, but look at Zay. Not afraid to just get body to body. Make it as difficult as possible. And I'm pretty sure right here, Wemby's calling for an inverted drag. He wants Stefan to set this quick ball screen because if he does, and he can clean up Zay, he'd obviously struggle to navigate the screen. He turns a corner. Kessel's now forced to veer, but obviously he wants to hedge it. Wemby gets downhill, let's say, and then you trigger the scramble. But doesn't look for it. So he's just going to cut through, empty out, and he's going to look to attack immediately. No hezzy. I thought they were just going to flow into a two-man game because they just scored on that clear side. So again, quick DHO, downhill, play it on that clear side. But instead, he sees Stefan cutting through, emptying out, no nail help. No, there is nail help because he lags, but then you open up the drop-off. And Queso ends up over-helping here because he checks again, and as soon as he turns back, he sees Wemby already making his move. And this is over-helping because now Stefan gets to read that you're lagging and staying in the lane. So he's going to stop right there and flash in that strong dunker. And the issue with this is now you make it difficult for Shet and you don't allow him to make the rotation. Because now Shet has to make a decision. Do I pull over to that strong side and take it away? Or do I stay with my man who's lifting on that weak side? Look how stressed he is now. That's too much distance to cover, right? And at the same time, you don't allow Shet to be the low man. Because let's say he just follows Stefan here. Stefan would fully empty out to the weak side. He wouldn't just sit here and occupy that strong dunker. So let's say he empties out to that weak corner or weak dunker even. Queso's there where Shed is, playing 2, because Champagne would lift. He'd be on that wing. Now you've got Shed there. So if Zay does get beat, at least Shed's there, and you don't give this up on the strong side. But because he sees it and he reacts, doesn't trust the rotations, you open up this. And Wemby actually no-looks it. Yeah, quick little look off. Champagne is a little late here. But you can see Shed, he turns his head. He's not sure. So Wemby would have had that line and that line. Thought it was a double drag for a sec. No, it's the away because, again, Zay's looking to just pressure Wemby. No freedom of movement. So you got to break pressure with a quick away. Obviously, he fought through. Still get the rock to him, though. And as soon as he catches the rock, look at this. Tween, Hezzy, cross. Looking to attack him on that single side. Good job. He slides. Then it's a give and go. And he gets punched on. First off, how did he beat Zay? Because he contains it? No, he gambles right there. Step back from deep, you gamble, you jump it, now you're on your back foot. Can't recover. Obviously, he reads it, throw it in, shit. He's kind of there, but he's too low. And look at Wemby. Catch high, keep high, and you can just go up strong and punch it. That's one thing he subtly does very well. He never catches the rock, bring it down, look for a big power dribble, body bump, and then go back up. He just keeps high, so then you can flow right into a dunk. He punches it right on Shet's head. But to me, this is all because of Zay. And they've been making a lot of these KYP errors where they're either biting on a pump fake or they're doing this, gambling. Why? If you force Wemby into a step back from deep, you have to live with it, make or miss. But you cannot gamble and give up another easy 2. And you can see he's sick because he knows. Head tilt, yeah, that's on me. Or maybe he's thinking, shit, why are you late? He kind of pulls in, 2 feet in. I mean, he's kind of there. But what is he supposed to do? Because now he's got that runway, he's stationary, he's low. Really nothing he can do. Get a stop, push the rock. That's the motto. And right here, Shea communicates it. Zay get back in front. He's actually low here, so he can. Even though it's a diag. But Wemby, he's already made his mind up. You're in recovery mode, already looking to attack in the open floor. Any amount of space he's looking to attack. High pickup. Zay's actually there. And even here, the Thunder aren't just blindly getting matched up with their man. They're already in help. Shet's already pulled all the way in just in case Zay gets beat, which doesn't happen. And Queso's already in a position where he's ready to play 2. Kind of 2 pulled in, but wild spray. Decent X, kind of wide. I think the pass was just off, but this was all Zay. Wemby high pickup early 2. Stuck in air. Wild pass. Not a clean catch for Vassell. He's got to adjust from wide. Even here, pretty good close out. And there was no swing because you can see Shea, he's ready to play 2. And even here, Lou, he would be ready to play 2. But that was all Zay, really, even though Shet was there early this time. Double drag? I think it was. You can see, again, what do they want to do? Bring Shet up. And Hart. So now look who's in the low positions. 2 guards. But it's so high up, I don't think it really matters. But now, clip Queso. Stephon turns the corner. He checks. He's in the drop. He's going to help contain the rock. And right here, big bump, actually. And this is kind of what they do. Because I saw it in horns, too. So not just in a double drag where because it's a three-man action, the player that's defending the pop, they're usually going to pull in and take away Wemby's roll line early. And I saw this, actually it was Cornet, but same principle applies. It was Shea, he was defending Keldon, I believe, off of horns. Somebody was turning the corner, and Shea was trying to take away Cornet's roll line the same way Shed is here. And all Cornet did was just push Shea all the way into the paint. And that opened up the throwback for Keldon on the pop, I believe. But right here, he actually doesn't. So he doesn't see the throwback. And right there, Wemby gave a big bump. He's seen it coming. Big opportunity. Let me hit you back. But right here, Stephon. He comes off. He checks. There's no roll. I can hostage him. Go against the grain for a bit. Quick sidestep. But I feel like him in the mid-range has been short. Even though it's a clean look. I think you should just hit Champagny on that pop because now he's wide open up top. Because again, it's this roll line. They're so concerned they have to tag early. And that opens him up. Just jamming him. I think he deflected the rock there, but regardless, it falls right to Wemby. And he's calling for something right here. Oh, he's calling for Fox. I can see Champagny. He's looking for the inverted ball screen. Nope, go to a handoff. Quick two-man game. Actually ends up being quick pistol. Just the formation. Kind of inverted because we've got Champagny setting that. Right here, Queso. He stumbles. Trying to go under two. Oh, he slips or trips on Chet's foot. What's up with him and just tripping his teammates? Shit is crazy. Now he stumbles, releases, and he stops right in that pocket. And Queso gets burned on a tray. Because he was going to go under here. But what does Wemby do? Releases and slips out early. Now you can't get under. He's got to retreat with a roll. He's wide open. Tween. Little sidestep. And that's what they need from Fox. Half-court scoring. When they need a bucket sometimes. Late clock. Got to make something happen. Again, off a make. Quick inbound. What does he do? Immediate throw ahead. Now they're still trying to get matched up. Skip cross court, wide close, and he trays. It's crazy because this has been a consistent issue for the Thunder. And it was the same issue for the Wolves. Can't get matched up off a make or a miss. Yeah, Queso just has no idea who he's getting matched up with. You can see by the time he realizes, oh, he's too wide. Flat close, but he's comfortable. It's in rhythm. Now they're trying to match pace, but then it's lunch money right there. Great strip by Fox. And that's what was killing the Thunder early. Those live turnovers. I think Shit had one on that left side. Looking to attack Vassell. Same thing. Now you get the push. Get him on his heels. And right here, push dribble to the right. Nope, get back to the left. Strong tuck. Force Shed to open up. Try to finish. But then it's a follow. And that's another easy two. And it's a momentum play. And this is why they get into a rhythm. I don't even know how many easy twos that's been. But look how easy everything is compared to the Thunder. The Thunder have to work, and then all he has to do here is just out sprint Shea. Caruso, he tries to recover for his mistake. Now he's under the rim. He's just diving right down the gut. More pace. Double drag? Nope. Quick drag, small to small. And as soon as J-Mac's on the floor, look at what they're doing. Vassell's calling for it. We don't need anything else. Take the ball screen because they want to exploit his hedges. These two have been picking on him crazy. Even though it hasn't always worked, The idea is there. Right here, he hedges, forces him to pick the rock up, but now you can't recover, and he burns him on the pop, and that might be the first one all series, because in Game 6, I think I was saying it, they weren't really finding much success on the hunts for Stefan, and Vassell wasn't able to burn J-Mac on the hedges with a pop, but right here they do. That's a great screen right here by Vassell. You know he wants to get under 2 to meet Castle, so what does he do? Sets it flat. Don't allow him to. And by doing that, now they actually run into each other, because if Queso were able to get under 2, now he can be wide, meet Stefan. It's a straight line recovery as soon as J-Mac hedges and forces Stefan to pick the rock up. But because he couldn't get under 2, he's stuck right there. You're in his recovery line. Because he was going to look to slip right here. But then he realized, nope, I'm not going to allow you to get under 2. He makes sure to clean him and then pop. Now that flyby doesn't even matter. It's a clean look for him. More early offense coming down. You've got Shea. Let's see. Potential flare, nothing. Ball screen, nothing. So he's just going to vacate, empty out. Now you give Stefan that clear side to attack Shea. Tween, Hezi. Go hard. Shea sliding with them. Big bump. Push off. And now you push him off into Zay, because Zay's there, ready to help. And Queso's cracking and taking with the drop off. But that push off right there, he's on his heels. And you get a 2-for-1 here. Pump. And 1. Because now he's in recovery mode. Well, you give him 2 pumps. 1, 2, he bit. Go up strong. They're going to call that every time. Swing up top. Quick pitch. Come off. He's going to show. And now you can see short. Hit him in the pocket. Cut out the corner. He could have just floated that. But he tries a no-look. A drop-off for the swing. But instead of bouncing it, what's he do? He tries to throw high. Quick hands. And then you can't recover it. Butterfingers. He had serious butterfingers this game, though. It was very severe, actually, because I can think of 3 occasions where the rock was just not sticking to his hands. But now what does that mean? It's live. Dill Harp gets it. Run wide. Quick get off. You got a 2-side. He's late. Swing. Now on that trailing closeout. What does that mean? Obviously, Vassell's going to attack it. Go against his momentum. He's forced to open up. Look how tight this is, too. He's not turning wide. He's attacking tight. And now Shea sees it. He's low man in this situation, so he pulls in. But Zay's also pulling in, because naturally his man's running to the dunker. And now you take that away. What does that mean? Wrap. And he finds Tracy from the corner. That was a disgusting pass, too. Off the right. Because he was really looking to attack, because he beat Caruso here. So then left, right, going up. But then he sees Zay there. And Shea. There's a spray on the wrap. And now he's got to make a 2-way. He's late. And now they're feeling really good. Easy 2s, easy 3s. Pace is there. Everybody's touching the rock and scoring. So now we've got these 2 here. And I believe this is a knock, where Vassell set it for Wemby. Try and get J-Will delayed as he looks for that quick step up. Because unless it's a stack out, which it obviously isn't, that's really all they'll run when they're in these positions. But right here I can see Shea, he's doing the right thing. Instead of following Vassell after he releases his screen, get a bump on Wemby so that J-Will can recover off the knock by Vassell. And now he's not delayed. in this quick step up. Now you can get matched up again. And even right here, good job by Caruso. Just jam him. Get into his body so he can't set up the ball screen. Jam him. Now he's forced to reject. Gets downhill. Quick push off. Stop. Wait for the flyby. But then Shea's able to alter it. Kind of out of control here. And this is a great shallow. It's really a roll and replace here. So he rolls, you replace. And Shea actually lags because he sees that Caruso's beat. So instead of just following immediately, quick little stun and then recover. But Caruso's actually beat here because of that push off. So now he's on his heels. He gets inside. And instead of, again, following, what does Shea do? He stays. So as soon as Caruso jumps, quick little flyby, Castle probably thinks he's wide open, but then Shea's there to alter. And again, it's another situation where it's the same as the horns and double drag, where because this player, well, it'd usually be Shea here, but this player is so concerned about Wemby's role that he just gets to clean him up. And that means the player is wide open up top. And right here is Vassell because he makes a great shallow. But obviously Stephon, he sees that he's got Caruso beat. So he's not even thinking, stop right here, reverse pivot throwback. Because he would catch Shea right here for lagging. Quick get off. Oh, that was dangerous. Vassell's not even looking because I think he's waiting for that flare. But Fox is thinking, quick swing, quick ball screen, quick two-man game. Luckily, he sees it in time. Recovers a rock. And now you flow into a two-man game. Rescreen. No, I thought he was going to flip it. But right here, he goes over. He sees it. He's going to release. Again, hostage Shea. Gets to his spot. Misses, but that's a good look. Right? Look at the way he cuts inward on that inside step so that Shea can't recover. And now Shea's on his hip, stumbling, can't even get his feet right. Now you raise up, pretty good look. Even here, no roll because as soon as he sees Vassell looking to pull, he just retreats, takes it away. Low man pulls all the way in. High man's pulled in. Look at the gravity. 3 players. And as I've said before, you need 4 players to defend any ball screens that involves Wemby. Especially him too, because of what a threat he is in any pocket on the floor. He could really just spray that to the weak side, hit the throwback if he wanted to. Another stop, another push. And I like this patience from Fox because in Game 6, there were a couple instances where he got cross-matched with J-Mac. And instead of serving the floor the way he is right here, he was immediately looking to attack. And the Thunder were usually back, so it wasn't really in the open floor. But right here, instead of just tunnel visioning, I got to get mine and attack him early. He's going to read the defense. And look where everybody is. 3 on that strong side. He's center line. He's going to pull towards it. And now Shea's left on that weak side. Now they find a 2 side. It's all because of his patience. Right? You got a trailer. He's not really picking you up. Now you engage him. Look how many players are engaged now. And Keldon just cuts right out the slot. Take away Kenrick. And now Shea's got to play 2. And Vassell actually loses the rock here. So that's pretty unfortunate right here. Yeah, he fumbles that bitch. Because I'm pretty sure if it's a clean catch, shot pocket, he's pulling. And I think that's why he's already looking towards the rim. But because it's not a clean catch, he has to adjust. It takes him wide. Now you allow Shea to make that closeout. And he's also closing out wide. Almost gets a deflection. And you allow Kenrick to make the X. Because right here, he's trying to fan out, and he's kind of staying with Keldon as he cuts out the slot, even though Shet's there. And now he doesn't really know, but now because of that fumble and Shea forcing it wide, almost getting deflection, he can recover. So now there's no real closeout for Harp to attack. Quick jab. He stays down though, flat. Counter with a quick wrap. Let's see. One dribble, wrap. Attack his lead. Nope. He opens up, slides with you. Now he takes away your strong hand. Now you're forced to spin back. Strong gather too. Big drop step pretty much, but now you're stuck. Pass fake. Scoop with the offhand. Full extension soft touch. Jeez. So he's kind of patient here. Because he's stuck. He does a little pass fake. And then goes wide. Long step. Strong gather. Just enough separation to get underneath on that step through. That's ridiculous. He has every type of finish. It's actually insane. Because I can see why Shet decides not to help here. Checks, you got him stuck. If he helps here, you just give him that spray line, even though Caruso is in a position to play too. And even here, he could definitely hit Wemby on the trail because he's out of position. He's looking to play these two. Now it's the start of the second. Not sure what's going on here. Looks to be a quick stack / pin. And Caruso actually cheats right here. Goes under and look at Stephon. Great read. He reads it, so he's going to stop it short. Cut back right there in that pocket. And as soon as he catches, what does he do? Rip and go. And now Caruso, he's behind. At the same time, Wemby's just going to release. Quick slip out, give him a little shove, make sure he's behind the play, and now Zay's got to engage with the rock because he has to help contain it. He's up, he's there, Stephon's looking to exploit it, and I think he's reading the roll line, which he always does, because right here, this could be intentional. This could just be fluff. Just so that Wemby's rolling into all this space, because the only load player here on the Thunder is Shea. But obviously, if you rotate from that strong side, that's a very difficult rotation. So there's really no taggers for Wemby here. So this is a great situation. You just got to wait. But Queso actually does the right thing. He has his antennas up. I don't even know if he realizes that J-Mac's all the way here, because J-Mac, I don't know if he would make that single side tag. But instead of just staying attached to Harp as soon as he makes that entry, he's pulling all the way in because he knows he has to make this tag. Otherwise, it's a lob. So that was very crucial. Because now, Stephon picks the rock up, you bump him off his roll line, there's nothing. But what does that mean? The throwback is open, and he trays. You have to live with this. You can't live with him getting a lob, but you can live with this. If he makes, he makes. Unfortunately, he makes. And now Queso's got to make a two-way. And even here, he actually gets bumped. So now he can't just open up and get out. Not in time, at least. And there's been a lot of situations where the Spurs have created a wide open look from deep up top just because of Wemby's roll line. Again, I was seeing in the double drags, the horns, and even here, him forcing Queso to make that two-way. Now Dill Harp's wide open. Down 4, Caruso pressuring the rock crazy, picking up 94. Tween Hezzy, set him up, Tween. I can see Fox right here. He tries to attack tight, attack that lead, force him to open up, but he's there. Jamming him. Actually still forces Fox wide right here because Fox wants to attack tight. but he really can't. Crucial's there. He opens up, but he's able to slide. But then he gets beat right here. Maybe too aggressive because he can't get back in front right here. Now on that step he's beat. Good peel right here. Yeah, there wasn't even communication. They just know how to peel for one another. Even here, Queso, he's communicating to Shet. This is a fine peel, but at the same time, I see what Queso's reading. Yeah, you had to peel probably. Because if he doesn't here, and you trust your low man, that's fine too. I guess he could stay attached, you stay corner, and trust Shet to help up, because right here, Queso, he points, he shifts low, he's ready to play too. So maybe the peel wasn't necessary, but emergency defending, they peel, it's successful, but now Shet can't protect the rim, it's J-Mac. Now Fox, he reads it, gets to a spot, quick hop, flow over top, that's still a very tough shot though. Soft touch, and he's been missing those, so while that's transpiring, look at that weak side. Trying to break pressure because he's just face guarding Wemby. Set the away. Queso's actually more concerned about this. But even here, it's Bryant, so you live with the spray. So honestly, maybe he didn't have to peel. You stay, just keep chasing, and then if he takes, now you peel off onto that weak side instead of making the strong side peel. But obviously that's in hindsight, and this is just bang bang. Again, another stop, another push, and right here. So he went to crash, he was boxing out, dominoes. But now right here, J-Mac's got to pick the rock up. Everybody's running wide. This is good for Hart because now he's got this clear side to attack, and he goes to a strong hand. I think that's why Caruso's there. He wants to load up early, provide support. But even here, he would be out of position. Because let's say Hezzy in and out, get downhill, it would be Queso. But no, he's going to swing across court, low pickup. And Wemby just steps into the Tracy. That works too because even here, I think Zay is also concerned about Dill Harp attacking J-Mac on this clear side. So 3 pairs of eyes on him, immediate swing. Now he's going to open up. And it's not even the bad play. I don't think Zayd necessarily does anything wrong. Because if he's coming down and pulling that, you just have to live with it. Because he's still there to contain the drive. Now we got a mid-post touch. I think this was a subtle adjustment the Spurs started doing. Instead of having him catch at the elbows or nail because it just wasn't that effective. It's kind of shocking too because in these spots, it's a lot harder to help compared to the mid-post where it's an easy tilt. Right here I can see on that weak side, even though Shet's matched up with Champagne, what is he going to do with Shea? Quick pre-switch. Get down. He's low man, you're high man. Get ready to play too. At the same time, Stefan made the entry. Get out. And now this is pretty good for the Thunder. Shrink the floor. Load up, strong elbow. Can see Shet ready to tilt just in case he goes base. Shea, Lou playing 3. And I actually like the fact that Stefan is not sitting in that deep wing. Because let's say he does, with this alignment, corner, break, / deep wing, and slot, it's easy for Lou to play 3. Even instead of sitting here, let's say he sits weak dunker, Shea's forced a crack, he can even lift right here. And sit break, 1 dunker, just to really stress Shea. Because if once it's there, it's easy for Shea to play 2. Whereas if you do this alignment, it's a lot harder. Right here you can see, so we got wide, low, he's showing width, trying to see if he bites, swings it. You see, little coach him, jab, open him up, and beats him here. Doesn't even really open him up, but you can see the dip of the shoulder. He's going tight. And J-Will can't really get back in front. And right here I can see shit. Yeah, Wemby's definitely reading that because he's already pulled in. He's trying to deter Wemby from attacking. Nice thing, I got a 2-9. So as soon as he starts looking at 2-9, Wemby's looking to make his move. So now he's backing up. And at the same time, Wemby, jab, he's going. So now he's already got that step, and look where Shed is. He didn't even fully cleanse himself, but it's fine. It gets suspended because he's driving. But right here, you can see he's going as soon as he leaves. He beats him, but he still gets there. And right here, you've got two sandwiching Champagne. Castle. So what does that mean? There's a spray line to the... Oh, a terrible reverse. I'm surprised Shed even got there. But I think a lot of this was J-Will, because he doesn't get opened up. And even though Wemby's turning the corner tight right there, he's still sliding with him. And he kind of cuts off his angle. Because Shed should be late here. Because now he's on that back foot as he's looking at 2-9. Still gets there in time, vertical. I'm surprised he didn't spray that. Because right here, Castle can do a lot. He can probably pin his own in lieu, and then he has that. No, that's a difficult spray line. Because let's say he pins his own, yeah, that'd be a very difficult pass for Wemby. So maybe he only had this. So I'm surprised that Shea is more concerned about Castle here because Lou's already got him. There's no spray line here. Spacing's not great. Queso can play too. All Shea has to do is take away the weak corner. So we've got another horns. Again, Spurs love their 3-man actions. Double drag, horns. Whether it's that original one, where it's the 45 or the V2 at the elbows, they love that shit. What else do they love? Yeah, a lot of horns, a lot of that. They usually do run a lot of Spains, even though I haven't really seen it this postseason. A lot of misaligned horns, that misdirection with Vassell, a lot of stack out stuff, but even knocks, they'll run a lot of knockoffs. Some people call it a ram. But right here, they ran a lot of this. So he's going to take it, obviously. But now, this is usually what happens. So once Stephon turns a corner, good job by Lou, though. He chases over. He's going to drop. You have two on the rock. And most times, I'm not sure why Wemby's looking to pop here. Because you've already got a popper. Naturally here, Champagne can just drift and pop that. And I'm pretty sure if he rolls, Shea's got a tag. Because you got two on the rock. If you roll, you can just literally set a pin in and clean them up. Push them deep. And then you open up Champagne. Because even here, instead of just looking to pop off the release, he doesn't even have to necessarily roll. He can just set in a way and have Champagne curl off and come to the rock. Because now, swing, which is fine, but he could have definitely been more open. It works out because you hit the throwback, he's got to play two, but you give him a contest to read that. So on this throwback, you don't get the pop, Shea reads it, quick flyby, whereas let's say he rolls, you clean him up on a pin in, you can skip that over top or clean him up on a pin away and have him curl to the rock. 16 on the clock, must have been a drag, probably veered it, which is fine because this is kind of a small ball lineup, for them at least. But now Wemby, he's got a mismatch, looking to spin off, and you can see shit right there. He's going to pull in just in case of a pass over top. What does that mean? It allows Vassell to lift. Quick hit, and now he's got to close out to attack. And Shed doesn't necessarily do the wrong thing because you have to help, just in case. Because if he does slip behind Caruso in this situation, that's a lob. So he has to be there. But now you give up a closeout. What does that mean? Every time he closes out, the Spurs are attacking his lead. It's that left foot, so now he's going to be forced to open up, swivel his hips. But it's not too bad because it's not one in front of the other. He's more square here. I've seen worse from him. So he's able to open up, slide, and then Shea, low rotation, and then you see Lou ready to play too. So now this is the right thing to do. Corner, and you just cut out the slot. Because now you give options. If he hits it, he pulls in, swing, swing. If he hits it, he tries to fan out to the corner. He's wide open for the dunk. No, Jay Will actually reads that. Because he's playing too. It's a 3-on-2 here. He actually reads that. I did not expect that. Because I don't see him check once. Lou obviously doesn't see this. 45. But Jay Will reads it, so he actually takes that away. And then right here you can see Lou. He's ready to fan out to the corner. Marcel actually tries for the reverse. Off the goofy too. Yeah, he didn't get enough airtime. You can see right here, he's way too low. So he hits under the rim, not under the rim, under the glass. But even though Jay Will read it, you can see right here, he actually doesn't put a body on Castle. So he kind of fans out wide, but maybe because he doesn't really look where Castle is, he just doesn't put a body. So he made the right read, but he doesn't actually know where Castle is. He slips by, 2 on the ball, falls right to him. 11 on the clock, and now he's looking to attack Jay Will the same way he was against Zay. And I'm not even sure why Daniel was playing Jay Will so much in Game 7 because I don't even think Zay was in foul trouble. Yeah, I definitely wasn't feeling that, but that's a whole different conversation. Now you can see he loves that Kobe shim. Wop wop. Give him that quick little jab. But right here, he's already opened up so he can slide with Wemby. But just look at the way the Thunder are sitting in the gaps. He's going to load up. He's pulling off. So they're just sitting in the gaps, and even if he beats Jay Will here, he's going to stunt. He's forced to split, and the low man's going to help up. I just think that's also why they struggle at the elbows, because if he's here, it's even worse. I just don't know how I feel about a shooter in the strong corner, for them at least, because it doesn't really work. And then the dunker, I think teams have to start adopting the alignment that the Lakers use a lot, where they distort the low man. So instead of their big sitting dunker, in this case it's still Harp, they sit him right there at that weak elbow. They sit a player in the weak corner, because now it distorts who the low man is. Is it going to be Shet, who's at the weak elbow, or is it going to be Lou, who's guarding the weak corner? Because Lou would be right here, Shet would be right here. If Shet wants to be the low man and provide help and rotate, he's got to come from a high position on this diag, right? And then if he does, Dill Harp's now wide open. He can flash right there. Lou's got to play too. It's very difficult. Whereas here is so much easier, because let's say he beats Jay Will, he splits 2, gets right there, he makes the rotation. It's easier for Lou to play this than compared to if you have one here, and he's got to play right there. Regardless, he goes, attacks, feels the bump, looks for the whistle, nothing, but then he flies in for the O board, because right here, yeah, Shet was already rotating, which is fine. You want to be there just in case, but Lou's ball watching, doesn't put a body and crack down on this. In jumping contest, he gets to it first, throw back out. If he makes that, he makes it. It's a dangerous shot, but I like the fact that Jay Will didn't give him a flyby. Flat close. You're not going to get a block on it anyway. He's going to kind of tippy-toe, read it, but he's still on the ground just in case he tries to attack the closeout. Quick drag. Let's see. 2-man game. No double drag. Makes sense. They still could, though. With Vassell, bring Shea into it. Right here, two-man game, let's see. He's going to sit it flat on an angle. And Wemby never sets a real screen. He's always just putting his hands on the defender because he wants to be able to hold him like that, give a little shove, and then also just slip out. Guess a lot of bigs are starting to adopt that. But then some bigs, like Zay, straight screen, clean him up. So he never really cleans up the defender. But still able to create some separation. But even here you can see Caruso can stay attached and chase over it. Now he's going to look to recover, and he does. Again, look at the spacing. Attacking the side of two. But now he's looking to vacate. It's already too messed up. It's already too messed up. Same time, Wemby, he's looking to roll. So the issue here, you can see right here, J-Ball, he's communicating it. He could stay with the roll because as he's looking to attack this side of two, it's so congested, he doesn't have to help contain the rock. Right here, Shed, he's low man. So he's going to play off Keldon's body, and even here, Lou, he's communicating it. Because even though I think he wants to sit weak dunker or get to the corner and have him lift, you can just communicate, yo, you're still low man, instead of him on this empty. I don't even know what they're looking to do. Regardless, is that a push dribble? Yeah, it was. He's cut off, he sees the help, spin off. He was missing this throughout the series, so good sign for him. Turn around, left shoulder fade, sweet spot. He got Caruso there. Can't stop his momentum. Decent contest. But what is going on here? Not sure. So flare him. This might have been off that misaligned horns. Maybe he goes through, gets flared off. All misdirection and fluff. Now you're going to flow to a two-man game. He's already looking to lift because now we've got Wemby single side. Ideally, you want a better shooter, but you can see Lou, look at that. No concern for Castle here on this lift. If it's Vassell, it's dangerous. If it's Champagny, it's dangerous. But Castle, give him the shake. As long as you pull in and make that tag, you got two, so that's taken away. And because he's attacking the side of two, look at the spacing, wing, corner. He gets a stun for free. Fan back out. Lou, he's pulled in. Help contain the rock, use the spray. No X. That's fine though, because he kind of makes a two-way close. But you contain the rock, and he's not as threatening, again, compared to if it was Vassell or Champagny. And even right here, Caruso could X, but I think he does the right thing and doesn't overreact. Trust Shed to get back out on a two-way, and you just have to stay at home and deny the swing, because if he does, that swing is dangerous. It's a late X for Shed, because he's going to lift all the way here. That's a very far closeout. It's better to trust him to make a two-way. Quick inbound. Didn't even get to see it because we got to watch these two wrestle for some reason. Close up too. Crazy shit. So he inbounds. No way he gambled here, right? So he either gambled or he caught it. Just a quick spin. Regardless, you can see he's beat. He was going to go and set a quick small to small. So he must have come off a knock, because they do like that a lot too. Regardless, he goes. Shea's going to pull in. Quick stunt, but he splits it. Low man. Spray. Swing. Wide close. Dang. I'm actually not sure how he's out of position here. But obviously Stephon feels it. So he's going to go. Even right here, because his spacing's off, Off this quick little small to small, Shea gets the stun for free, and he forces him into an early pickup. So now Caruso's there, he's riding him. Shea does the right thing, pulls in. So now you got two. Lou even does the right thing. He shifts low, he's ready to play two. Swing, he fans out to it. But because you both fan out to the same person, there's no X. He's got to make a two-way, it's wide. Yeah, he's going to trade that. Quick small to small. Little step up, bring Keldon to the action. He's there though. You see, Stephon sees it, so what does he do? Jumps, opens up. Maybe a bit too much of a jump, because now he's kind of out of position. But good job by Keldon, he's up. So he's there just in case. So now Shea can't turn the corner. You're able to get over. He releases on the short. He leads him, but he stops right there. Why'd he stop right here? Just short roll to the open space. You catch middle, and now they got to make decisions. Because right here, Crusoe's emptying out, strong corner. Wemby's too busy communicating, yo, get ready to play too, because he wants to help up. And Shea even makes the right pass here. You lead him, but he stopped way too early. You pay for that. A lot of bad turnovers. He gets the block. But then even right here. Yes, numbers. They can't get back in time. I mean, Shea does as well as he could. You get the block. They clean up. That's twice where they've cleaned up in the open floor, I think. So now we got inverted, 9. And right here, Danny Green. Who is on who? So maybe he's on Fox. No, wait. It might be him. Regardless, one of these two, he's communicating. So he wants Lou to follow. He's emptying out. He wants to sit strong corner. He'll take him. High man, low man, you stay there. So let's see. Quick inverted. Shea's going to jump it, look to hedge. He actually reroutes him here. So now you force him to reject. J-Will gets back in front. As he pops, he's there. Almost gets a deflection. Nope. He wants to reload. That was actually a really good job by Shea here. Because you see it, you know he wants to turn the corner. Because he's there early and jumping out, that hedge, it forces him to reject. Now he's going to just recover back in front of his man here. And now you try to hit him on the pop, but Shea's already there. And actually almost gets the deflection. So there's nothing here but quick reload. He checks the clock. Jab, 1-2. Get downhill. Turn around. Glass. That looks so uncoordinated too. Jab. J-Will's there. He's sliding with him. He cuts him off. Shea even does the right thing. Blind side stunt. Try and get a steal too. He can't. Great pickup right here though. By Wemby. Really high. Keep it high. And then he finds the rim somehow. Because now he looks up as he resurfaces. Contest. Hang time. Jeez. And I think right here, they take away this little pre-switch to have Shet follow the empty instead of one of them doing it. Now he's on that strong side. Now he's on that weak side, actually. Actually, he could help here. But he doesn't want to, so it does work out. I was going to say, yeah, he's on this weak side. Well, now strong side as he's attacking, but he's in a position where he should be able to help. But he doesn't. Because you see him getting beat. Shea's committed. You got to commit. What are you low man for? I guess maybe he sees... So maybe he sees Shea looking to help, so you don't want to commit 3 bodies? I don't know. Because it should be him helping, Shea playing too. So he really just doesn't want to commit. He thinks he's got him. What is the point of having you as low man if you can't even help? Might as well put you on the rock then. Alright, now it's the start of the third. 14 on the clock. Just gonna swing it. Not sure how they got into this alignment, but it looks like pistol again. Because most times it'd be the big right here, guard to guard, sideline. Nothing transpires. You get the big right there. Flow into a ball screen. But it's kind of inverted here. So now they're going to flow into a two-man game. He's going to vacate. Phil strong corner. And you can see Queso. He's looking to go under right here. But Wemby, he's going to set him moving. He's going to shift low. And now you force him to go over. But Queso reads it. And he's actually able to skinny and meet Castle. Because right here, Castle, as soon as he can't get under, he's forced to skinny over. Look at all that space. He kind of goes a bit wide, though, on this hezzy. Because if he goes on a tighter angle right here, I'm pretty sure you beat Queso. But he's able to skinny over, and now he can meet you. Now you're stuck. Euro, spray, X, and he misses. So that's good defense. But even right here, I think I saw, yeah, you can see a pre-switch. Again, they're very good at making, or trying to make Shet not low man. They want to put him right here. He's high man, but even on the strong side if they can. Actually, now that I think about it, he's on Vassell. He is usually on Champagne sometimes, and Shea would be on Vassell. Because if he was matched up with Champagne here, he would be high man, which is what not high man. He'd be in that strong corner, which is what the Spurs like, so that he's not where Caruso is, and he can't help if Castle were to get to the rim, but because he's low man, he's there to help. And he's doing a lot of what Wemby likes to do. Quick pre-switch. And now he's there. You're ready to play too. He's stuck. Now you can get your X. And now you just blow it up. But I think right here, Stephon just had to beat Queso off that moving by Wemby. So now we got more two-man game. It doesn't even look like Wemby's setting a screen though. He's just kind of standing at the elbow. So he's going to use him as a screen. And right here, Shet does the right thing. He's going to release, allow Queso to go under, dare him to shoot. And you can see he doesn't want to. Because right here, as soon as he sees him cheating, set your feet, pull that two. Or even here, off the hang, step back, pull the three. So you had that pocket or right there, use him as a shield, but he doesn't want to. Which is fine too, because I can see it's a cross match. He's matched up with him. Shet's matched up with Wemby. Technically it's a cross match because he is assigned to him and he is assigned to him. But it really doesn't matter because they're comfortable with Shet, or they should be, on Wemby. But they shouldn't be comfortable with this. So that's actually good recognition by Castle. Don't take the dare shot. Swing it to the second side. You see this matchup, and as soon as Vassell catches the rock, look at that. Immediately attacks, even though it's not really a closeout. Quick hop, get to your spot. It's a quick two. So right here, I can tell they're basically going to their patented play. Ivo, empty Vassell out to that weak corner. At the same time, Castle, quick pin, wing entry, flow into their two-man game, and off the entry by Fox. He's now going to get flared off by Champagne. And all these three are doing is just fluff. They just want to empty out to that weak side so that these two can get to their two-man game on that clear side. Because obviously, they want Wemby to roll, no taggers. And I can tell they're just trying to quickly get into position just because I think in Game 6, there were instances where Stephon was going early and they were actually trying to set screens. So right here, maybe they're thinking, all right, they already know this play. So all we have to do is just quickly get into position so that they can quickly flow into their two-man game. Because nobody's setting screens here. But again, what are the Spurs doing? They make him set the flare because now that he's at the slot, what does that mean for Shet? He's got to be the nail help, not the low man. And that's important because the only player, actually in Game 6, there was an instance where when Shet was a low man, he was able to pull all the way over to that strong side and deny the lob. But right here it's Shea. And I've been saying this all series, but the Spurs are very good at putting him on the strong side to where he can't help on the backside, or they put him in a high position the way they are here. Because the only time that I can even remember where the Thunder were able to stop this clear side lob was when Shet was low man. Not the best pass, but he was able to deflect it and stop Wemby from getting an easy 2. But right here, because he's nail help, and I can even see right here, Shea knows it. He's got to be there early. Your low man got to pull all the way over to that strong side. Because if he's even a second late and not there early to flood it, Wemby's going to get an easy 2. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, so he does the right thing. Goes under. Jay will. He's in a drop. Shea, he's already pulled in. So now you stop the ball because obviously, look at this. It's a wall. He can't attack that gap. But now you hit him. So right here, quick pound. He's there. But now Queso releases. And now you're both high. Quick catch, rip base. Yeah. Execution was off. You could see the idea was there. And they know how to stop it. But right here. As soon as Queso goes under, because you've already got nail help, Jay Will does not need to be this high. He should go under right here. Go under 2 and get back on Wemby. Because let's say you're not there. Queso's already going under. You've got nail help. If he tries to punch that gap, he can't. He's stuck right there. And look at the spacing here. It's not great. So again, he should already be retreating if he already saw Queso go under. Because now you get back in front and Shea would be there for the tilt. But because right here, you're staying right there even though the rock would be contained, now he's got that base. And as soon as he catches it, now you're on his high side. Now you're looking to recover now, but it's too late. And even though Shea's there, what is he going to do? Look where he's taking off. 1 foot on the lane line, he's punching that bitch. So right here, it's either a quick inverted, Vassell brought Shen to the action, Jay Will's looking to go under 2, or he's already matched up with him. He went to set it, he goes through, and he's just following him. So pretty much a cross match. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Quickly vacate, empty out. And now we got him playing ones against Shet. But even here, not a fan of the spacing. Compact. I don't know. Let's see. Tween, Hezzy, cross. Jeez. Look at Shet. Opens all the way up. But obviously, shooter, not even a great shooter though. So I'm not really a fan of this alignment because now Caruso, he can just stun for free. See the way he's plugging that? He's there. Forced to split. Step through with the left. So even though right here off that Hezzy cross, he beats Shet real bad here with all that space. Because of this alignment, and look how high he is too. At least get deep corner. Caruso can now just help for free. You can see the way he's plugging. And so what does that mean? Instead of exploiting the space that he created off that Hezzy cross, he sees this. So now he decides, I got to counter with a spin. And now Shet can get back in front. He tries a spin fake. But now look at on the step through. He's still there plugging that. So now you're forced to split. Step through. Still makeable. But the angle is not great. And again, it's just spacing issues. I don't know. Just not feeling it. Because that's the same issue you see. The concept's pretty much the same as if he was at the elbow. And that's why he's been struggling at the elbow. And why he's got to settle for jumpers. Down 3, got to get a bucket. what do? Quick horns. Get your another patented play. And he actually takes Vassell's here. I think the reason for that is because look how inward Shea is. But he's still there. Now he reads the low man, swing to the corner, wide close. Yeah, this is when Champagny pretty much saved their game. And this is what I always say about Stefan too. Hold on. Let's say he takes Wemby's. Wemby comes off. Obviously, Vassell's going to release, look to pop. So they could definitely create another pop here. Because if he takes Wemby's, he's got to release two. You got two there. As he's rolling, he's just going to clean up Shea. Because it forces Shea to make that high tag. So as Wemby's rolling and releasing on the screen, he's just going to clean him up. And Vassell's going to pop that. And then if Queso, he tries to help and rotate to swing. But right here, this is a good read too, because on this roll, J-Max got to make that single side tag. So even though they switched this, because he's pulling in just in case, but even right here, as he's looking to slip, Zay's already got that covered. So he really didn't have to pull in. But he's not even really all the way pulled in. I guess it's a semi-two-way, because right here, Stefan reads it, and on that step, the pass is already fired. So right here, even goes wide. Can't get a great close. But Stefan's very good at reading the low man. So you can see he was reading that the entire time. Now they're going back to that horns, another patented play of theirs. And right here, he's going to take Wemby's screen. And I can already see it transpiring. He's going to clean him up. Yep. Throwback, pop, Tracy. And this was what I was referring to earlier. Where if you take Wemby's screen, they almost always get a wide open look up top or at the slot. Because as Wemby looks to release his screen here, this player, the player defending the second screener, or the pop in this case, they're always looking to make a high tag, right? And that's why he's so low below the screen. Because if he doesn't, let's say he stays attached to deny the pop, or he's just hugged Champagny for some reason, it'd be a single side tag, because these two, Zay and Lou, they have to contain the rock as Castles turn the corner. And if he stays attached, then now it's Caruso's responsibility, where Wemby's got all this space to get a runway, and he's got to make a single side tag, which they don't want. They want two taggers. So naturally, he's going to be pulled off his body, get that high tag. If he somehow slips through, you got a second tagger. But most times what happens is this. Well, J-Mac, he's actually looking for the charge, so he flops there. But most times, even right here, he'll just clean him up on the roll. So it serves as a pin-in, and now he can't get back to his man. And I'm pretty sure in the first half, it happened to Shea, where it was Shea here, it was Dill Harp. Shea went to tag Wemby's roll. He got cleaned up, he couldn't recover, and Dill Harp got a wide open look from deep up top right there. But now this is more dangerous because it's Champagny right at the slot. He's not going to miss those. So now Champagny, he's got two trays, I think. And then a foul from deep. He smoked one of the free throws, so he got 8 straight, I think. Crucial buckets too, because they were down 3, I think. And he put them up again. Right here, clear side, 2-man game, quick drag. He's going to take it. Nope, they're going to flow immediately into a double drag. And you can see Champagny right here. Flare him off first. And he's actually very good at setting these flares and trans, because he's always looking for it. Him and Cornet are very good at these, because he sets a lot of these for Wemby. Right here, you see the nail, flare him off, flow into a double drag. Ideally, no, that's fine actually, because most times if he's first screener and you can clean up Lou here, now you force J-Mac, instead of hedging, which he wants to do, he's forced to jump out and concede the switch. So even if you don't get Wemby on that second roll on a slip out, At least you still got a mismatch to exploit if nothing really transpires. But right here, slip the first screen, you slip the second screen. You can just... I don't know why he's staying here. You've already got help at the nail. Low man's already pulled in. Stay hugged. Now he tries to split, hit the corner, good flyby. And because he's so busy ball watching, look at him. He sees, but he doesn't really put a body. Every time I see a player look to track their man and face guard and then try and get the board, they never get it. Because you just have no leverage here. You just got to get a body. Look at, he's getting pushed off the spot. Jumping contest, you're not going to win that under the rim. So that's a timely O-board for Champagny. Keep the possession alive. Reset your offense, not on the clock. But again, wing touch. Look at what is Wemby supposed to do? They're just going to shrink the floor, sit in the gaps. I don't know if he's stuck here. No dribble, but quick get off. Flow into a two-man game. You slip. Tween. Hezzy. Get to your spot. Timely buckets. Timely O-boards. And it sucks because they got a crucial stop. And then they give up the O-board and he does this. He wasn't really making his middies throughout the series too. Tween. Kind of reaches twice. One dribble. Right in that pocket. Stop on a dime. And look at that. He's already in his shot. And Caruso's still on the ground. Get a stop. Push the rock. And look at him just toying with J-Mac. Got his head on a swivel. Right here. High cross back. Now he's got a swivel. Open up. Nope. Now I'm going to cross back. And now as you're opening up, one dribble, set up the spin. 3 counters. Jeez. But luckily Shea's there. He sees what's happening. He's there. Lows to the ball. But this is dangerous. Diving right down the gut. But look at what this dive right here does. High hands, shouting for it. 3 players have to take it away. What does that mean? Trail tray. Seam, lining up. And another. I just realized he made 2 trays. Got fouled from deep. So that would have been 3, even though he made 2 free throws out of it. And then big O-board. Led to Dill Harp. Timely midi. And then this. That's 5 winning plays. From being down 3 to up 8 and back in control. All because of Champagny. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts. For example, right here, it's because of Wemby's dive gravity. But the shots he was making. Now we've got another push. Immediate 2-man game? Nope. Hit him on the trail. Wide. Pick up. On your heels. Another timely trade. What do you even do here? Jabel's there. I don't know why he's going so wide and so low. Because you see Harp's getting off the rock. And he's still moving low. And now he reads it. You can see, look at all the time Vic has to set his feet and line up the tray. I mean, you still have to live with that because if he's making those, there's literally nothing you can do. But I don't think it had to be that comfortable. So now I see a double drag. A good job here by Caruso. He gets into Castle's body, skinnies through and shoots that. So now he can't turn the corner. Because right here, Shea's not even in a position to hedge or switch. So if Champagny actually decide to clean him up here, Castle's turn the corner, I think Shea would be late. But because he's just going to release and slip, he doesn't really clean up Caruso. So now Stephon can't turn a corner. But right here, yeah, you can see the pop. And this is why it's so dangerous when you have a great shooter and Wemby on the roll. It's the same way they stress the single side tag when you have a shooter in Vassell. I've gone through a lot of those scenarios, but right here it's dangerous because as he's slipping In this situation, let's say Shea was hugged to Champagny here. This would be a single side tag. And the Thunder don't want that. They want this defender, whoever's defending well, in this case, this first screen, to make sure they tag Wemby. It's the same thing you see in their horns when they're running that 45. But right here, it's not that bad because even though it would be a single side tag, if Shea was hugged to Champagny, at least it's Shet. So I'm pretty sure if he gets all the way to the rim, Shet and J. Will would be able to take that away because J. Will doesn't have to commit to the rock because Caruso's already recovered. So you can see these two would take it away, but right here you can see Shea. Naturally, he's still going to tag, hold on to Wemby for just a bit, and then get back out to his man. But now it's a two-way close, and that's a dangerous look to give up because even though Champagny missed it, he's already traded 3 times this quarter, I think. So you don't even want to give him this look. So now they're going to their horns again. Not sure why they're involving Keldon. No disrespect to Keldon, but it's got to be Vassell here. You. Keep Keldon in the corner. Dilharp, you're both on corner duty. Because you even bring in J-Mac. You can bring in Shea. But Keldon and Shea, because on the pop, he's not as threatening as Vassell, and you bring J-Mac. And we saw the last time he was up there, he got knocked down looking to draw a charge. And I think Champagny trade off it. Can't really remember, but right here, of course, he's going to take Wemby's screen. Okay, so he's trying to go under. What does Wemby do? Subtle, but he's going to release his screen and set that moving. So now he can't go under. He's got to stay attached. He's got to make the tag. And you also put the responsibility of what would be a single side tag on J-Mac. And look at him. He's not even at the lane line. He's all the way hugged. And luckily, Shea's there and fully commits and stays attached. And then allows Zay. Good job by Zay too, actually. Because he's there. He stabs at the rock. And now he can retreat. You can take it. But now look at. He's still got inside positioning. And now he's wide open. And this is what I mean about their 3-man game. I mean the 3-man actions. Because of his role being so threatening, the popper is always going to be open. Now let's just imagine this was Vassell here, J-Mac was here, and Shea was here, guarding Keldon in that corner. These two swap places, Vassell's trading that. Keldon, not a terrible look for him, but it's not as scary. Let's see. It looked to be a stagger. It's really going to be a gaggle. So you can see he was going to set the stagger. On that first screen, nope. He's going to wrap back. He'll get it. It turns into a wing catch. So a quick little handoff here. Swing it to the second side. And then you get to the 2-man game. Shoot in the strong corner, that's fine, but you can even see right here. Shea already communicating because he knows he's going to roll down middle. Get in there. Shea should also get in, honestly. I guess he doesn't have to. Because right here, off this ball screen, Queso, he's not able to get under. He goes over, but again, Wemby doesn't really set a screen. He likes to hold. So he can't clean him up here, so it allows Queso to chase over and get back in front. And now because he's back in front, Zay doesn't have to help contain the rock. He can retreat with the roll. I think Wemby's got to start holding some of his screens. He's always wanting to slip out, but sometimes you just got to clean him up. Clean Queso's ass up. Allow Fox to get downhill, because if he's able to turn a corner, Zay is forced to take the rock, and you're going to have inside positioning against Queso. And if they're forced to veer it, you have a small. Seal him, you get a pass over top. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a lob in order for him to exploit his role, right? But I think he's so eager to get downhill quick, there's nothing. But luckily right here, he gets middle, Hezzy. So he goes snatch. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now he can't open up. You can see it. He tries to. I think he has to spin in this situation instead of trying to open up, because now he gets to beat him off that little hezzy, gets to his spot. Yeah, he tries, but even here, soft miss. Wemby's cleaning that up. So it works out just because Fox is able to get a ridiculous snatch right there and just beat K so bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can see Wemby. He's calling for a double drag, I think. It's kind of awkward because I don't ever see Stefan setting screens, not at least in the double drag. Most times it's going to be Vassell or Champagny because it depends. They're both shooters, first off, and then depending on who their matchup is, they want to bring him into the action because most times they have, quote unquote, the weakest defenders because they're using the corners. But right here, you got J-Mac, bring him up. Or maybe he wanted to flare. That works too. Because yeah, you can flare him, get him off. But right here, Fox has other plans. He's seeing it transpire. Tween. He's going to use it as fluff. Quick little misdirection. Really, he wants to get downhill. Quick cross. But look at Caruso. Because right here, he's attacking his lead. But he's able to quickly open up and just slide with him. And then right here, good stunt. Shea's there too, and he gets the strip. Dang. Yeah, you didn't even need Shea, but I do like the fact he pulled over, made the rotation. That was all Caruso. Now we've got J. Will, 17 on the clock. I kind of like this though, right? Because now it's a wing ISO, but there's no shooter in that strong corner. They're getting him a clear side. A lot of times when he's at the elbow, or even here, right at the slot, they have a shooter here and it's just awkward. He can't really attack middle. He can't attack the sideline. But right here, it's a great situation. Because now you got all that space, and even here, shit. As soon as he 2-9s, you can tell he's looking to pull over, but he doesn't really like to flood the floor. Maybe that's a game plan thing, because I would rather just deter him from even attempting to attack J. Will and then just force him off the rock and play rotations, but I guess they just trust him to make that low rotation and be there in case he gets beat. And again, what does Wemby do? The Kobe shim. Wop wop. And then J. Will's there. Slides with him, and now he tries to counter with a spin, and look at where Shed is. He's there, but now he's on his low side, so now no one's covering middle. And this is all J. Will. He cuts him off, forced him to counter with a spin, and now this dude is just under the rim, but now look at the defense. Just collapsed. And Fox, he actually draws Shea all the way in just because he's cutting out the slot. So now you got to take that away. Lou was playing too. Kind of far though. Still able to make it. Shea's able to X. If it goes to Stefan, you live with that make or miss. So really good job here by Lou. Forced him to make the extra. Swing. And now you're not too concerned about that. Honestly, if he read Queso here, that would have been dangerous. Because I don't think Queso was ready to stunt and fall as he made that fan out. I'm pretty sure he was going to commit, but he saw Lou. And then obviously Shea makes the X, but right here, get it back to that strong side. Dangerous shot. So now they're only up to, still in control, but it's anybody's game at this point. And I think their half court started struggling. Not sure why they started going away from what was working, aka the horns, aka the double drags. Get to your 3-man actions. But I guess this works too. Him looking to attack his matchup. And that's just terrible KYP that I've been seeing all series between him and Zay. Just biting on Wemby's ball fakes. If he shoots that, does he really think he's going to get a good contest? Because now you just give him a closeout. What does that mean? Shea's now forced to stun off strong corner, and that's a dangerous shot to give up. He's wide too, decent flyby, but they dodge that. Castle slides in, and he bit on that too. Oh my goodness. And he gets a foul. And let me see right here. So because he bit, Shea doesn't realize shit's already pulling in and making that low rotation. Again, good communication here because he's going to communicate with Lou, get ready to play too. I'm making that rotation. But I don't think Shea realizes shit's there. Yeah, he definitely doesn't. And that's why he's pulling off and stunting off. He kind of gambles too. Almost gets it actually. But now you're wide as you're fanning and closing out. Decent contest, but still not a look you want to give up. And Shet was there, but obviously he just didn't check. But then right here, because he rotated, we got 3 on that strong side, 2 crashers. Queso, he doesn't know who to mark. He tries to put a body in him. Long bounce, he gets to it. And then right here, he bites on another up fake. This is crazy. And now he gets to attack you. And now you're looking to recover. Emergency defending, you're sliding. End up fouling him. And so you get important stops. They get old boards, you foul. Slow the game down. Keep the control on their side. You can't play with pace off your stops. They get to set their defense. Again, end of quarter. Gets your 2-man game. Fly in the defense. And make a play. Hit him on the pop. Honestly. So again, Wemby's going to slip. Look for the pop. Lou, I don't know how he falls over. But now J Will's forced to help contain the rock before he retreats. J-Mac, he's kind of pulling off, helping up. I'm pretty sure he could just stun and fall back though. And allow J Will to recover because now, honestly too, why is Wemby looking to roll right here? Is he looking to stampede that? Because he should have just held his pop here. Because look how far this closeout is. But because he was looking for a go and catch, now you just eat up the space that he would have had to make up for that little show. Now you're stuck at the nail. Oh my goodness. Still a pretty good look though. So pump, he doesn't bite. Good job, you're disciplined. But now he sets you up one dribble. Oh my goodness. That looked like Kobe. One dribble, nope. Spin back. Look how hard he bit. Because he's in recovery mode. He's in overreaction. Back foot. Can't get a contest. Alright. Now it's the start of the fourth. Quick inbound. Swing. And they're actually going to set a cross for Wemby to catch on a low block. I don't even know if I've ever seen this. Right here, J-Will, he reads it. He's trying to fight over. Shit, he's going to bump off. And they actually deny it. Because right here, J-Will, he does a good job of fighting over. And Shed does a good job of bumping him off his line. Pretty sure he could still cut right there. Quick face cut, catch, go. But instead, they take that away. Flow into a quick 2-man game. Roll on the clear side, that works too. A swing 1 pass away. Dang. It's a big shot. Because out of every option, this is the one the Thunder have to live with. So quick rip, open him up. You take the ball screen, he's there, nail help. Because that, out of him getting the rock on the low block, or him potentially rolling on that clear side, that's probably the best situation. I mean, he wouldn't be able to roll here. Just because he can just retreat with the roll. I think Shit might be ready to pull over. Unless he somehow beat him, but you've already got nail help. So you blow up that 2-man game. He's forced to swing it to the weak side. He trays. So now they're going back to that double drag. Quick away. Flow into it. Bring J-Mac. He jumps it. He's looking to go under. Let's see right here. So Caruso, he does the right thing. He wants to meet him. So he's going to go under 3 right here. J-Mac. He might overjump this. No, he's doing the right thing. Because you take away his ability to turn the corner. And now he's obviously going to release. Slip for the pop. But I think right here, Caruso, if you see him take it away, you got to be right there. Because he ends up going a bit too under to where right here, Wemby can actually just flip that and set a flare so that he can recover. But he doesn't really. I'm surprised he doesn't. Because right now, he's late, but he's still able to recover. He's forced to rotate from that weak side now. Swing, swing? No. But great job by Harp. I'm also not mad he didn't swing it because of how late this switch would be from Caruso. And I like that he wasn't complaining because even though he has his hands up, wanting to swing, he doesn't throw his hands down or anything. He sees an opportunity. I can just crash now. 2 on him. Crash unmarked. Long bounce. You can see on that weak side. Shed, he's trying to face guard. Doing that thing again. So now he's got no leverage against Keldon. He gets pushed off the spot. And because Harper was unmarked, he comes all the way over from that strong side. Saves the possession. Another winning play. And right here, now they're in a scramble. Quick pitch. He's trying to go and catch. Attack the gap early. He's there, though. He gets beat, but... So off that old board, let's see. He gets it. Quick pitch. Defense. Scramble situation. Go and catch. J-Bull does the right thing. He pulls in. Takes the rock. At the same time, he's kind of pulled in. He closed out in time. You got to live with that, too. Because I don't think Chet's necessarily doing the wrong thing. Because instead of just following him, he's there just in case, but obviously Jay Will takes the rock. So now he's kind of in no man's land. But he still closes flat. And he's there, gets a contest, discipline 1-2. And Keldon just finds Tracy from the corner. Back-to-back trays, another time at Yoba board 2. We got Hart bringing the rock up. You can see, looking for a quick stack out for Fox. But Caruso, he's going to top block it, get on his high side. He still manages to break free, though. Quick wing entry, flow into a 2-man game. Typically, he'd flare him off. But right here, you already know you want to get to it. You can tell they're cutting a lot of fat. Right? Instead of him actually setting a flare here, he's just looking to get into that 2-man game as soon as possible. High ball screen, high quad. He's already emptying out. Just everything's done with pace. So now he's going to get over. You even hear Caruso. Right here, Wemby actually kind of cleans him, though. Instead of just releasing early and slipping, he's kind of holding him, making sure he can't just chase over, crease separation. Now you can see Fox. He beats him right here. And now he's in recovery mode. You can see Jay Will. He wants to retreat with that roll line. Shea's already pulling in because they want to tag it early. And Jay Will's doing the right thing here. He's communicating with Queso. Yo, nail help contain the rock. He fans back out, but Fox with the sidestep. Just use his momentum against him. And he gets to line up the tray. That's a really nice move. Because I think if he were to keep going and try and attack that, he'd be forced to swing. And I think you just have to live with the thunder that is. Dearman Fox swinging one pass away to Hart. But right here, really good move. And why is this able to happen? Because Wemby actually held his screen longer and made sure to at least hold Caruso off to where he can't skinny over and shoot that gap and get back in front of Fox. So now he's in recovery mode, obviously. 12 on the clock. Curl, nothing. Queso, quick little reach, nothing. Bit of embellishment right there, but he's going to jam him. Quick spin, nothing. Open him up though, quick rip back. And now he's going to look to attack in space. He was really looking to attack. Off the dribble. Tween, set him up. Tween, cross, step back. There is nothing you can do here. Nothing. Tween, hezzy, cross. J Will's still there. He's disciplined, doesn't bite, stick up. Gets a contest. That's as good as it gets. What more is he supposed to do here? Because you force him into a jumper. You just have to live with the result. We've got more pace. Quick drag. Bring him into the action. Shet's there. Caruso's able to slide over. Shoot that. Quick release for the pop. But now you got 2 on a rock. He's open right at the slot. Queso, weak side, fly over. And now you got a trailer. This is very dangerous for the Thunder because everybody's pulled towards that strong side. And these two right at that center line. It's got to be a touch pass. Swing. That works too. But why would you not just hit Champagne here? Touch pass, they both jump out to you. Just touch past that. He lines up the tray from the wing where he's been automatic. Because even here, Chet's rotating over and making a cross court all the way to the corner. He tries to be fancy with a no look. Right here. And even here, actually. Maybe he couldn't attack the closeout because Chet is very disciplined here. It's going to be a flat close, and he's gapping him enough to where if he does catch, rip and go middle, I think Chet would be able to slide with Harp here. So now you got 3 behind. I see Harp here. 3 right here. 2, so it was a 3-on-2. Where's their 5th player? So he's just out of frame. I think it's Wemby. So right here, you take ball. 2 side right here. He's kind of low. But I can understand this pass because now you engage him. If he makes this without fully engaging Queso can just slide. He's going to get off early. And then he'll make that cross court, runway. Strong lay with the left. Again, all of them are so good at making these throw-aheads. And right here, so Queso just doesn't see him. Yeah, he kind of reacts late. So right here, he sees the pass. Whoa, he's there. Now he's going off. Yeah, he went off that goofy too. And right here, Caruso, what is he doing? He's pointing. And Queso obviously sees him point. But he's pointing towards the ceiling. Not sure if he's trying to communicate to Queso, yo, he's slipping behind you. Or he's communicating to take Champagne. But I don't think it'd be Champagne because J Will's already there. But I can see Queso, he's looking at him. And not once does he check his blind spot. So I think he was also just confused by this point that he did. Because I don't even know who he's pointing at. Why is he pointing so high instead of at Keldon? So it looks to be the same play, but instead of that stack out for their 2-man game, full into this 2-man game. Let's see. Side of 2. So now you got Wemby rolling on that single side. And this is what I mean. Look how stressed J-Mac is in this situation. He's responsible for tagging this roll. And at the same time, he's responsible for this shake line. Because he's rolling at the same time Vassell's lifting. What is he supposed to do? Let's see what happens. I guess he doesn't really have to tag here because as Stefan is turning the corner, Shea's there. So Zay's not forced to help contain the rock. And even here, because the spacing is not great and he's sitting right there on the wing, Shea's got nail help anyway, and Queso can just plug low. So these two contain the rock. Now you're able to retreat with this roll line. So what does that mean? He doesn't have to tag, and you can follow the shake. Right here, good job. You hit the shake, catch, rip base, 1-2, sidestep. He trips. That's a great look. Because Wemby inadvertently just trips J-Mac here because he was looking for a post entry, which is fine too because he's got pretty deep positioning here, pretty much on a low block. But he's already looking to attack J-Mac. So instead of doing that and vacating, he ends up setting this snug ball screen and tripping J-Mac. Yeah, he just got big feet. Now he gets to set his feet. They dodge that though. I mean, he makes these over a contest, but wide open he can't make. So now they've got that knock, I believe. Yeah. So Cornet, he wants to set the knock on Caruso. Allows Stefan and Hart. Quick small to small. But you can see Caruso, he's there quick. Yeah, he's already recovered. So Cornet couldn't really clean him up enough to delay him. So now he's there. They could switch that anyway. But even right here, not a great screen because Harp's already going early. So because he's going early, you don't allow Stefan to clean Queso up. And now it ends up being this flat screen. He's able to just get over. Now you're stuck. He's looking for an elbow flash. So they blow that up. You can see he's slipping out. Really nothing here. And right here, Dill Harp. He's kind of rushing this elbow flash by Cornet. Because you can see Hart. He's fronting. He's able to get the deflection. I'm not sure why he's rushing it though. Hezzy, he comes off. Yeah, he picks up early. Because I'm pretty sure he could still attack. But I can also kind of read or understand why he's making this read because you get it to him, you chase, quick handoff, essentially a BP. But it was a little bit rushed. And then right here, you can see he makes the pass, it gets deflected, and right here, it's kind of 50-50. He gambles for it, and now he's out of position. And now Zay, push dribble, now you're behind. But look at Cornet. Full on sprint, just trying to recover. And right here, Hart, he pushes, but he's kind of got to measure his steps. So he's trying to get his footwork right, and he's looking at the rock right here. So he kind of slows down, and I think that allows Cornet to measure his steps, track, and pin that off glass. Yeah, you could tell right there. He wanted to go up strong, so he wanted to make sure his footwork was right. But then Cornet's there. I don't even know if he expected Cornet. Because right there, he looks at his dribble. So he's really focused on making sure his footwork's right. And now he's taking off. Yeah, there's no way he saw that coming. That's disgusting. And another winning play, though. I'm pretty sure he only came in for this. I think Wemby had 5. So they're going to rest him for a bit. And then he made that play. And then they brought Wemby back in. But everybody contributed with winning plays. You can see another horns. But I think in this situation, it's not even so much horns. It's more they're both looking to bring in either Shea or J-Mac. Obviously, you got to take J-Mac. And right here, he's going to look to hedge. Pretty good hedge. Force him a bit wide. Caruso's able to get under 2. Get back in front. And this actually ends up being a horns into a flare for Vassell here. Because he takes Vassell's ball screen. So after he releases, it's a screener for a flare for him. So right here, Champagny could actually just flare J-Mac. I think Stefan's actually looking for it. But no. Because you can see he's looking. But I don't even know, yeah. Because they were both... I get it, though, because they're both looking to bring a weak defender for Stefan. So it was kind of an inadvertent horns. And then I don't think they're thinking, oh, a screener. What would that be called? Let me think. Because it'd be a ball screen. Flare. Not even sure. But again, they don't really get anything out of that. Now he's got to vacate, and now he's got to attack Caruso. I just don't think their two-man game has been great. Bump. Bump fade. And you kind of have to live with that too, because he's been short on a lot of these. But he makes it. Right here, big bump. Yeah, Caruso can't even get back up, so he swipes. So now I can tell J-Mac, he was matched up with Champagny. Quick small to small. Probably just a guard-to-guard drag. He comes off. He's trying to hedge. He's got two on the rock. Hit him on the pop. That's a dangerous shot to give up. At the same time, we've got Wemby. Was this a guard-to-guard? Because I see him. Is he diving or is he coming off a roll after slipping? So it could have been a double drag. I don't even know. Right here, he's got three. Who's there? He's got to rotate from that weak side. You dodge that. But then Harp unmarked. Because Queso, he's obviously a low man. So he's doing the right thing. He's making a tag. But now because he jumps out and you have to take him, and Shea has to take Vassell, Harp is just unmarked. Because you got three or two that were on the ball. And now you got three on that strong side. So you got a numbers disadvantage. So now he's unmarked. Again, he just crashes from that weak side. Another cleanup. And that hurts because you dodge a great look for Champagny. But then that happens. So now he's stuck. You swing. 8 on the clock. Right here. Not sure if he rolled or not, but I can tell Shet pulled all the way in. Probably helping. And now he's wide open. Swing. No, he's closing out. He's back out there. No duck in. Yeah, he's fighting for positioning. So he kind of gets that front on him. And now he's got to make something happen. 6 on the clock. Really no gaps to attack. And he just pulls from deep and trays. Hezzy. One dribble. Tween. Quick little step back. Shea's there though. Contested. Again, just a timely bucket. Timely trays and timely O-boards. Not even just trays. Just timely buckets because they've made some timely twos. Not sure what happened here. Oh, maybe it was Caruso. He was on him. Shea was on him. Two-man game. Forced to switch. J. Will, low man, pulled in. So now Queso, take away the drop-off. J-Mac, play 2. Even though he's really hugged here to Champagny. Because I don't know why else the Thunder would be in this situation. Or, but where would Shea be coming from? If J. Will was on him and he was on the rock. Did he pull all the way over from the weak side? I don't know, but regardless, he's open on a lift. You can see he's got to play 2, but now they're both in rotation. Because I'm pretty sure if J-Mac was already ready to play 2, Shea would read it and he would just peel off onto that weak side. But now you got 2 jumping to the rock. He lifts. He hits him. Now you're going to make that closeout. You're wide. One dribble. Fly by again. But again, you can see why is Castle open? Because we got 2 on the rock. And now he's unmarked. Because now you get beat. He takes. Shea's got to play 2. He's wide open. He's got to put a body. Caruso. Yeah, he was going to help put a body here, but he doesn't even really. but pretty fortunate that it was a short miss because it falls right to Castle. If it's on that weak side, Thunder clean up with a minute to go, but it falls right to him, and they get a crucial stop, and they still score off it. And that was pretty much the last bucket. No, wait. Vassell, last bucket. And now this was the last bucket of the game. The nail in the coffin, the cherry on top, the exclamation mark, whatever you want to call it. And what's crazy is the Thunder had their chances because they got the stops they needed in the final 3 minutes. But they just couldn't convert. I think they forced 4 turnovers. Shet got a crucial block on Harp. And the only Spurs make, I believe it was Castle with a putback because Champagny missed short. The rock fell right to him, right place at the right time. And he just made the putback. But besides that, I think the Thunder shut him out and just couldn't capitalize on those stops with makes on the other end. And that's really a testament to the Spurs' poise, because even though they were struggling and making mistakes on offense, they never allowed that to affect their defense on the other end. So they still ended up neutralizing those mistakes and misses with stops of their own. And that was just as important as all the timely boards and trays throughout that second half. Because in the playoffs, it doesn't have to be pretty. It's not about how you win, it's about as long as you win. So all the credit to them, they deserved it. And if I were to summarize the Thunder's night, first and foremost, non-existent. Dude was doo-doo. Call it how it is. And then secondly, I don't know why Daniel went away from Zay. And I don't believe it was because of foul trouble, because I don't recall him being in foul trouble. But for some reason, Daniel decided to play Jay Will for the majority of the night. And I have a couple issues with that. Because unless Jay Will was making his shots, which he wasn't, there was no reason to try and play 5 out. Because I've said this before, but playing 5 out against Wemby, it doesn't really work. At least not when the Thunder do it. And they also couldn't use Jay Will as the hub, even though he is good as the hub because he does play that role for the second unit. But in this series, he couldn't do any of that because the Spurs were assigning their guards onto him. So they were switching 1 through 4. So whenever he was looking to be the screener in the screening actions, he just couldn't because the Spurs could just switch it, blow it up, and now nothing comes out of it. Whereas with Zay, he could be the hub. And that's the most underrated aspect of his game because when he's the hub for their screening actions, not only is he cleaning the Spurs defenders and allowing the Thunder to turn the corner clean, he's also bringing up the bigs because the Spurs have to match up traditionally. If he were to get a switch with a smaller defender on a roll, 9 out of 10 times, he's probably cleaning glass. And he's just going to eat on the old board, second chance ports galore. And you saw that in the Lakers series. And so the Spurs had to respect that too. And not only that, he helps prevent the rock from sticking because they run an orbital offense around him. So let's say he runs a quick DHO, nothing comes out of it, player's stuck. You just throw it back to him, and now someone else, you get a DHO. And that's how Isaiah Joe eats. That's how J-Mac was eating. That's how really all of them were eating, even Shea. So I don't know why they didn't have him out there because with Jay Will trying to play 5 out, the Spurs are heavy in the gaps, and that was forcing all of them to try and make something happen on their own without a screen. So they were trying to punch the gaps, shift the Spurs shell, but obviously besides Shea, they really struggled to do that. So their offense was getting really sticky and stagnant. And even Shea was struggling with doing that throughout the series. So how can you expect the others to?